Hi guys, it's Mackie here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Excuse the intro noise really quickly. I got the windows open because I don't have the AC on yet and the busy streets of New York. So today's video was actually filmed last week in my hormone update video. I'll link it here or here somewhere if you guys haven't watched that yet and you're curious about my hormone journey. And after reviewing the footage for this last section, I went really deep into like my emotions and what it's been like for the past 2 months for me. I just figured that it deserved its own video. So firstly, I just talk about how it's been for me in the first 2 months taking hormones and still being closeted around my family. I didn't come out to them yet. I am out now though, so I am really happy about that, so cheers to that. And then I go over just a really heavy topic about like learning how to forgive myself for not coming out earlier, and I think it's a very like important issue for trans people. I know a lot of trans folk don't end up coming out sometimes until the later ages, and that can come with a lot of hurt and regret. And so I'm kind of just like going over with you guys my journey on how I learned how to accept that I'm trans and just learning how to forgive myself overall for not coming out when I was a teenager when I really wanted to, and just like forgiving myself for giving up. And I'm not gonna lie, I got really emotional and I cried a little bit during this video, so excuse that, but I thought it was very important to share because I know there's definitely other trans girls that might be feeling the same way, and I just want them to feel like they're not alone and just share my story and my experience. And then towards the end I kind of like wrap it up by really quickly going over how I came out to my family. So I think there's gonna be a whole other coming out video, like that's gonna be like a whole separate video, but I just go over really quickly like how I came out to my siblings. So before we actually start today's video, I just want to say that we did hit 100 subscribers last week. I think I'm at like 118 or something like that, maybe less, I'm not sure. But I just wanted to say again how thankful I am for you guys, and if you're not already subscribed and you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And if you like this content, also smash that like button because it helps me out a ton and it helps the channel grow. And I just really appreciate it if you guys take the time to smash that like button. With all of that being said, now we can finally start today's video. So, just gonna cut to that. I want to be real with you guys and just talk about like my life and like how the last 2 months have been for me. But yeah, so the last 2 months I've been like on a humongous low. And it was a lot of reasons I was on a low. I was happy initially when I started hormones, and then I felt like I was getting more frustrated. I'm like, shit, like they're not working. I also didn't come out to my family yet, like my siblings and my mom and dad. I'll get back to this later. I did eventually come out, and I was just like really down because it's like I felt like I would go with my friends, I would hang out with them, and I would wear my makeup and I would bring my clothes and my stuff, and I was living my whole double life over there. And it was fun, but then when it's like I would come back home, like I would spend a few days maybe with my friends, and then I would come back home and it was like reality would hit me again. Like what was like, I'd be having fun and I'd come back here and I'm like, I still had to hide all my makeup, like I had to take it off before I got here, and I was still hiding, like my bags, I had to bring them in like duffel bags and like just hide everything. And I was just getting really tired of hiding already because I'm on hormones already. Literally the last thing stopping me from being my true self is like me coming out to my family, and like because I haven't been comfortable at home. I haven't been able to express myself freely. I'm still hiding everything, and that was just really killing me, and I was like really hard on myself. I don't know, therapy has been so helpful for me too. I've been going to therapy now. I don't know, I was just so hard on myself because I was so like, I feel like I got that frustration from the hormones not doing its thing fast enough, and then it kind of made me angry at myself. Like I would often be like, damn, how did I get here and how did I let things get so bad? I'm like, if I had just came out when I was like a teenager, when I was in high school, I would have been so far ahead. It's like so far along in my transition. I would have been living already a few years as well, like as a woman, as my true self. Like as much as I was happy to start transitioning, my whole life before like I came out and before like I started hormones, like I was living as a man, and I like it's not like as soon as you start taking hormones that you're gonna like fully be your true self, and you're gonna have all that confidence and you're gonna be fully yourself. Like it's a lot of work you need to put into it. And like I just remember just being so freaking like hard on myself. I'm just like, if I had just came out earlier, if I was less afraid, if I wasn't such a coward to be myself, like if I wasn't such like a damn like like I just felt like I was like very like angry at myself. I'm like, I wish I could have like transitioned and stuff and done all of this stuff sooner, but you know, you can't go back in the past, so it's kind of like I had to work on like, yeah, I'm getting emotional. I had to work in the last 2 months, on like how to forgive myself because, you know, like, okay, I'm gonna talk to you guys like a little bit like a story or something like that. Like I don't have that many pictures of me when I was younger dressed up because I deleted like almost all of them. Like I literally only have a few, and there's this picture that I have where I'm like 14 years old and I'm like all dressed up and everything, you know. Oh my god, I want to cry. Okay, right? I'm gonna try to get through this without crying, guys. I'm really sorry, but there's this picture of me when I was like, bro, I cannot talk. Okay, there was this picture of me when I'm not gonna cry. I swear it's the hormones. Oh my god. All right, be strong. Be strong. Be strong, bitch. Okay. When I think this is the like the youngest picture I have of myself, and then like I'm 14 and I'm like wearing like a freaking bra, and you know I'm like posing, and like I have my like I know it's old because I know it's I think it's like the iPhone. No, not the iPhone. Even like one of the iPods. I took a picture with the iPod, and I had my G-Shock on, and I knew I had that one from high school. And then I'm just like, wow. I just like looked at it. You know, originally this was the picture that I looked at to like, you know, when I like first came out, and I was like, am I really transgendered? You know, I went back and I looked for like any picture I had, and I found this one. I'm gonna show it probably on the side or something here, the picture I'm talking about. I was like 14, I think. And yeah, it's just like, you know, I looked at that picture originally and I'm just like, I've always been transgendered. Like, I've always been trans. Like, you know, because again, in that first video, I didn't identify myself as trans. You know, I was gonna say non-binary, but like, I think it was just me being cowardly, not wanting to admit that I was trans. And I look at that and I'm like, girl, you've been trans like your whole life, and like I just had to accept it. And then like, I don't know, I look at her and like that girl when I was younger, and like I'm just like, damn, like how much time has passed. You know, it's been a lot of like, bro, it's been like such a crazy journey. Like it's been like so hard to it's been so hard to like, I don't know, just to be at peace finally, like to work towards that peace with yourself. And like I just like look at that picture and then I'm just like, bro, like I just feel like I let her down so much for so many years, you know? And I let myself down. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I let her down, and you know, I've been working on forgiving myself for that, because that's who I really was, you know? That's who I am. That's who I really was, you know? Like that's me. And like on Instagram, like, so I'm gonna kind of like tie this in into how I came out. I'm really sorry for crying, guys. I didn't mean to cry. So now I definitely know this video is gonna be like long, but like I want to be real with you guys, you know. Sorry, it's a long one. Basically on Instagram, like, you know, I was doing some writing, and like for me that's a good escape. Like I'll write in my journal, or I'll write like things that I'm feeling. And originally, like with my therapist, that's why it's been so helpful for me with my therapist, because like I've been working on forgiving myself for all of that. And then I just remember that I'm like, yo, that girl, she was it, because she was so strong, and she was so like, she's been through so much, and she's literally got me through so much of my life. Like when I was sad and feeling like shit, you know, I'd dress up and do my thing on my own, and like that was my happiest moments in my life. And I still remember And I still remember like all the times I almost got caught, and like the sneaking away, and like just all the crazy shenanigans like she was up to. Like, I laugh at it now, and I'm just like, girl, the situations you put yourself in, like, it's so wild. You almost got caught so many times, and it's like so funny. And I'm just like, bro, like, on top of that, like when I was in high school, you know, um a lot of things happened to me that like wasn't okay. Like, you know, I've gotten robbed a lot, and like a whole bunch of other things, and like just shit happened to me. I don't know why. And like I feel like another part of it was like survival and stuff. Like, I felt like, you know, I had gotten robbed, and I had gotten like beat up before, and I wasn't even out as trans. I'm just like, if I came out as trans, like, shit, I'd probably get my freaking ass beat somewhere. And like, you know, and so like I've been learning that, like, you know, it's also about like survival, and survival about like socially and just everything. You know, you're like, you don't want to ruin your relationship with your family, and at that young age, it's kind of like, I don't know, you know, my therapist kind of helped me realize that, you know, I did the best I could at that age, and she did her best she could at that age. Like, like, she's just so fucking strong, because, you know, I'm here because of her, because, you know, like, that was when I was happy, and like that was like, that's who I am, and like I'm still here, and like that's the fucking, like, that's the most lit part about all of this, is that I'm still here, and like I'm transitioning now, so like I know she would be proud of me right now. And so like, yeah, again, this all ties into like me like forgiving myself and me writing. But anyway, I thought it would be kind of like helpful and kind of nice to like write a letter to me, to myself, to my like to that girl, like when I was younger. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go, it's in my highlights. Again, it's in my highlights in Instagram. So if you guys want to see it, it's gonna be there. Like the full thing. I'm just gonna go over like 2 slides on it. I think I could do this without crying, so let me do it. I wrote, I feel like I'll never have the perfect words to tell you, but lastly, I want to tell you that I'm sorry. I'm sorry I gave up on you. I'm sorry I gave up on us. I'm sorry as we got older, I started to hate you more and more. I was just trying to protect us from this cruel world. And I'm sorry I was so cowardly to ever come out and say anything. I'm sorry I didn't want to fight for you and for us. I'm sorry I gave up on our dreams. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I gave up. Bro, okay, I didn't cry, but um yeah, and then I just go over like kind of, I'm basically like saying almost the same thing. But I just wanted to say that part for you guys, like, and then like I'll just share with you guys the last slide really quickly. I wrote, I never like, it's a picture of that same picture I've been telling you guys, like, this picture means so much to me. I'm so glad that I have it, because I was so young. Like, I look at her and I'm just like, bro, look at my arms, like they were so tiny, and like my face was so, like, I looked so little. I don't think my hair was as long as that's, like, I forget how long I've gotten my hair, but I think it was like, I was able to tie it here. I think it was like a little bit below my neck. And I wrote, I never realized how strong she was, how strong I am. I will always look at this picture to remind myself. And then I wrote, love you, ho. Because, like, I don't know, just had to add that there. But anyway, you know, I've been learning to forgive myself, because I'm just like, bro, I did the best I could, given like less resources and stuff. I don't know, just so much in my life has happened. I look back at all the craziness. Like, I was even arrested when I was 14 for graffiti, and just like, you know, I had freaking police harass me before, and like I've been harassed by like so many like I don't know, just so much has happened, and I'm just like, damn. But you know, I'm still here. I'm still fucking here, bitch. So I'm sorry for cursing. I can't go back in time, right? But I can always like look to the future, and I'm taking hormones now. I'm becoming myself now, and that's something to be proud of, because that took a lot of years of work, and it was hard. Yeah. So like, I'm just gonna say really quickly, I'm gonna make a whole nother video about coming out, but I wrote that letter, and then like I was in that state where I was creative, and you know, I was emotional, and I was kind of feeling a little bit more confident. I'm like, I forgive myself, And then so that was just like, you know what, I'm gonna come out to my siblings. And then I just wrote, like, I wrote a whole message on like my phone on the group chat, sent it to them, put my phone away, and I'm like, I'm done with it, I'm out. Like, I cried some more after that. And then like, yeah, I was like, you know what, I'll deal with this later, but I had to do it now because I'm like, I wanted to do it in person, but I'm like, when am I gonna do this? Let me just do it now. Like I just had that gut feeling, just like go for it. So I did it, and then eventually I came out to my parents. I know the coming out story is really small, but I'm gonna make that a whole nother video about me coming out. Yeah, that's kind of like my summed up coming out story or whatever. So that's kind of it on like how I came out, and like I am really proud I came out. I've like the last 2 days, I just been so freaking happy, and like it's like finally, like, you know, the hard part is over. Like now it's just back to work on me and working on my goals, and I'm happy to like start working on YouTube again because it is something I wanted to take serious, but like I just haven't been in the state of mind. Okay, you guys, you've reached the end of the video. I just want to say how proud I am of like finally coming out to my family. I literally went shopping the other day and I'm just so happy. I'm like the happiest I've ever been in my life. My family is so loving and accepting, and you know, I don't know what I was so afraid of. But yeah, lastly, I also just wanted to give a message out to any other trans people who might be watching this. If you feel like it's too late to transition or to come out, or if you feel like you should have done it earlier and you know, you're just feeling a lot of regret, I just want to say that it's okay and you can get through it. And it's never too late to make a positive change in your life. If that's how you feel, then you should honestly just go for it, because I'm sure it will make you the happiest person in the world. Because, you know, that's obviously something that I struggled with, you know, and just like the whole acceptance thing, and you know, just learning how to forgive myself for not coming out when I was a teenager. Because you know, I think we all wish we can go back in the past, but you know, you kind of just have to like live in the present and look towards the future. I heard this saying the other day that there's a 40-year-old person right now giving up on his dreams, thinking that they're too old, and then there was an 80-year-old person saying they wish they had 40 more years. Like for me, I felt like I'm a few years late, but you know, it's never too late to come out, and it's never too late again to make a positive change in your life. So yeah, I'm rooting for all of you guys, and yeah, again, really quickly, I'm just gonna remind you guys, if you like my YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a new video, and don't forget to leave comments down below, and lastly, smash that like button because it helps me out a ton. And yeah guys, so I'll see you next week, and I'm definitely pushing myself to upload weekly, so yeah guys, see you next week. Bye.
El sentimiento y me destruye bien adentro. Si tan solo una llamada, tan siquiera envío un texto. Llámame al teléfono, llama a todas horas. Envíame un texto, baby, sin pretexto. Soy tuya a todas horas.